If your room feels close but never calm, you're probably not missing furniture, you're missing rhythm. You can have a good sofa, a beautiful rug, a thoughtful lamp, and still feel like the room never fully settles. Nothing is technically wrong, it just doesn't feel composed. Most people try to fix that by adding variety, another object, another finish, another detail, but the variety without rhythm usually makes a room feel noisier, not richer. What the eye wants is a path to follow, and one of the fastest ways to create that path is through repetition. Not a matching set, not a theme, just one quiet material echo repeated with intention. That is the one material reset. Choose one material that already feels emotionally right for the room. Then repeat it 3 times in 3 different places. The key is that you're not choosing the fanciest material. You're choosing the material that feels honest to the atmosphere that you want. If the room wants softness, it might be linen, wool, or a matte ceramic. If it wants structure, it might be walnut, bronze, or a darkened metal. If it wants warmth, it might be pale oak, woven fiber, or plaster. You're not choosing a trend, you are choosing a note. Then give that note 3 roles, 1 anchor, 1 support, and 1 finish. The anchor is the largest placement that sets the room base tone. The support is what makes the choice feel deliberate. Then the finish is the smallest repeat, the one that quietly tells the eye that the room is complete. Think walnut in a coffee table, or walnut in the frame of an artwork, and walnut in a small bowl on a shelf. Or linen in the curtains, linen on a chair, and linen in a throw folded once over the arm. Or ceramic in a lamp base, a vase, and one catch-all dish on the console. Notice what makes those examples work. The material repeats, but the role changes. The room doesn't feel decorated around a gimmick, it feels like the material naturally belongs there. This is also why scales matter so much. If every repeat is large, the room feels heavy-handed. If every repeat is tiny, the effect disappears. One should anchor, one should support, and one should whisper. And just as important, leave empty space around the repetition. The material doesn't need to be everywhere, it needs the room to register. Negative space is what lets the repetition feel calm instead of crowded. This matters even more when the visually strong material, like dark wood, brass, or dark metal, they carry weight, they need breathing room. A repeated material is most powerful when it arrives, leaves the space in between, and then arrives again. If you repeat one material 3 times and the room still feels busy, the answer is usually subtraction. Look for the piece that interrupts the rhythm without adding a better one. Maybe it's one glossy object in an otherwise matte room. Maybe there are 5 small accessories in different finishes, all trying to matter at once. Remove the object that repeats nothing meaningful. Keep the ones that strengthen the room's main note. That is the larger idea here. A room does not feel finished when it's full. It feels finished when it knows what it's conveying. So before you buy more, repeat better, and if the room still feels flat after that, go back to the material contrast and texture. The repetition gives the room rhythm, In contrast, it gives it depth. If you want to build a calmer, more consistent material story, explore more items on innerunionhome.com. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.